Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Back in another video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Houston Texans potentially signing two-time Pro Bowler running back Saquon Barkley. As recent news has been talking about potentially the Texans getting Saquon Barkley in free agency when free agency opens up on March 13th, which is a couple weeks away, 3 weeks away. And I would love this addition for the Houston Texans. I think it'd be a great move for them. Texans have a lot of money in cap space to spend in free agency, $68 million in open cap space for this Houston Texans team. And there might be more to come for that because there are guys that the Texans might cut to give themselves more cap space, like Robert Woods, Jimmy Ward, other players on their roster to open up cap space. So it might not just be $68 million. There might be more for the Texans to spend if certain players are cut from the team. But Saquon Barkley, reason why, there was already rumors about the Texans potentially picking up Saquon Barkley, but those rumors have gone up ever since Saquon Barkley literally today just followed on Instagram the following people: C.J. Stroud, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and Brevin Jordan, which are all four guys are Texans players. That's a great sign for the Texans. And I've never been a big guy to to focus on like followers, and I don't know, ever since the Justin Fields thing has happened, those are two things that, when you see things like that happen, that's not normal. That's out in the ordinary. And when I'm talking about Justin Fields, like him unfollowing the Bears and then following for the Falcons Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and Bijan Robinson. So I think this with Saquon Barkley following C.J. Stroud, Tank Dell, Nico Collins, and Brevin Jordan is very, very similar to Justin Fields, Salima with him following all the Falcons stars. Only difference is, Saquon Barkley didn't unfollow anybody, to my knowledge. But the Texans, they're going to be looking for a running back to add in free agency, whether that's bringing back Devin Singletary or that's bringing in someone else. We've heard Derrick Henry, we've heard Saquon Barkley. There have been other names that have been mentioned. The Texans might have interest bringing in running backs, but I think Saquon Barkley has to be the best fit. 14 games last season. He didn't reach 1,000 yards, but he only played 14 games, had 962 rushing yards with 6 touchdowns, and he also had 280 receiving yards with 4 receiving touchdowns. The season before that, he had 1,312 rushing yards in 16 games with 16 starts, with a total of 10 rushing touchdowns, and had 57 receptions and 76 targets for 338 receiving yards with 0 receiving touchdowns. Look, to have an elite running back, I know this is a pass-first offense, but to have an elite running back with C.J. Stroud and Nico Collins and Tank Dell and the rest of this offense, I think it makes this offense more complete and definitely would help things, and definitely would, I think it would put off some pressure from C.J. Stroud. This team could run the ball more often. I think Devin Singletary was very trusted, but Saquon Barkley will be way more trusted than Devin Singletary ever was with the Houston Texans. I think he can give us a lot more speed than Devin Singletary has. Also, a lot of yards after carry as well for Saquon Barkley, which is something he gets a lot. I mean, we can go out. I can try to look for his yards after carry. I can't find it, but he does get a lot of yards after carry, and the amount of yards he averages per game is more than Devin Singletary. He averaged 70 per game. I think Singletary was kind of close to that, but not. Singletary averaged this season for the Texans, Singletary had 898 rushing yards with 4 touchdowns, and he averaged 52.8 rushing yards per game. So I think it'd be an improvement for the Texans. I also think he's a better receiving back than Devin Singletary is. So I think it'd just be a complete improvement for the Texans, and they have the money to spend, so why not bring in a guy like Saquon Barkley who will help the team, will take down the workload for C.J. Stroud. We don't have to feel like we have to pass it all the time, and we could actually bring in it's no disrespect to Devin Singletary because he's a really good running back, but Saquon Barkley is way better than him, and I think it'd be a great addition for the Houston Texans. Let me know your thoughts on the potential signing in the comment section, and peace out. Go Texans.